Hello and welcome, Magic lovers. For this week's 1v1 commander, I got Najeela, the Blade Blossom. It's a new card from Battle Bond. When it attacks, whenever a warrior attacks, can have its controller. So if an opponent, you can say no, and you probably would. Make a 1/1 white creature token that's tapped and attacking. So it gets out of it. The card goes exponential very quickly because every turn you're doubling the number of warriors. And then it's got a 5 color ability, which is mostly useful for giving the deck 5 colors to begin with. Because in this deck, at least, with 33 lands, it's pretty hard to get that ability going. But it allows you to untap all creatures. They gain trample, lifelink, haste, and all attacking creatures. And haste until the end of the turn. They're already attacking creatures. Why haste? Okay. And then after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. I didn't notice that haste part. I'm not sure that makes sense. Maybe somebody else can make sense of it. But so this is like a 5 color aggro deck. This specific deck went top 8. It was 8th place exactly in a Commander 1v1 League a couple of weeks ago. There have been a couple other variants of this same deck showing up in the Commander Leagues. So it's a decent deck. It's really fast. I mean, look at this curve. I mean, look at all the 1 mana things, and then the curve just kind of stops and teeters out at 3 and 4. Except for hit and run, which I would not want to hit this with a Dark Confidant, but probably fine because this deck is looking to do a lot more damage to your opponent than yourself. Yeah, it's an interesting deck. It's got like a warrior sub theme. There are definitely some warriors in here, but there are plenty of cards that aren't warriors that are just solid good cards. But then there's some other warriors that some of them have synergies with warriors, and like Shauna Sissy's Legacy is just a good warrior. And then Wild Mikado is actually a warrior, and then there's a bunch of mana elves and stuff like that. So it's just like a 5 color aggro deck with a warrior sub theme, and I thought it looked kind of neat, so I decided I'd give it a try. So let's do that. All right, got a match. I am on the play. I got 4 lands. Deathrite Shaman playing against Animar. Palace Jailer cannot kill Animar. I don't have a land I can put in the graveyard, so I can't play turn 2 Najeela. I'm gonna mulligan this. It's just not... Chrome Mox. It's a non-artifact, so I don't have a green one. We get a mulligan again. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have mulliganed, but whatever. Definitely putting that on the bottom of my library. It just didn't seem like that first hand did anything. So I'll just play that and say go. Maybe Leovold does something. I don't know. Opponent doesn't have turn 1 ramp. I should have cracked that. We'll hold up Spell Pierce. Hand not taking a really good shape here. I think I play Leovold before the warrior, because Leovold protects the warrior. These decks do run like Lightning Bolt and a few other things like that. Alright, Simic Growth Chamber. So, red black, red white, red white. So we'll just get... Do we have the... No, we don't have the Ravnica duel. Alright, so... Stoneforge Mystic, pretty good. Can't do anything with it next turn. If I get a Jit, maybe... Oh man, I can't cast I got the wrong land. Alright, we're playing Stoneborn Mystic. And I guess it's Jit. Could be Skull Clamps. Could be Sword of Feast and Famine. I do have 4 lands. You gotta have removal for Animar. And that's the best I'm gonna get right now. My opponent plays Temple of Abandon. So another tap land. The mana's going really slow. And I think it's benefiting me quite a bit. If I can... Yeah, I don't think it looks good for playing Animar here. Alright, do I? Yeah. I'm gonna mana tide that. I'm not sure how correct it is, but I want to keep them off some lands. If they... Okay. Alright, got another game. I am on the play. Playing against... Oh, Jumano, Master Yamabushi. Deals 1 damage to any target. Alright, Carpet of Flowers does nothing. Land of War Elves is very good. Yeah. We'll keep it anyways. 3 lands and a Carpet of Flowers isn't great. But, so they're going to have red. And my Exotic Orchard is going to create only red. So we'll crack this for like a Savannah. And then this one for blue-black. I don't know, the mana is weird. So I'm still learning the deck a little bit. So learning the mana is an adventure all to its own. But we can turn to... Yeah, we got a couple of good warriors here, but let's just turn to our commander. Make him get around it. Mana Crypt. Alright. Alright, an Ever-Flowing Chalice. I will be killing that instead of playing commander or playing these creatures. Let's attack. I could have attacked with yes, I definitely don't want to always yes because my opponent could attack with a warrior. I should have attacked with the elf. Let's go blue-black here. Looks like black white might be one of the heavier ones you want to worry about the most. So, target player discards a card. Yeah. And then we'll kill this artifact. This one doesn't do damage to them. I don't mind doing damage to them. Could have got one more damage in with the elves there, and I should have. The commander is going to be a problem. Alright, that does nothing. Alright, I could bluff. I don't think there's a lot of value in doing that. But we can get in for 1 here. Alright, they don't block. So they fear... let's go... Whatever. That guy's probably going to die. Weatherlight. Alright. Definitely going to be a problem here. They can kill at least one creature. Yeah, they can kill one creature or 3 little warrior tokens. I think the menace guy, although my commander, I can just recast my commander. I guess they can kill one creature and a little elf. Hurting my mana might look pretty good. It is good. Alright. Once it's declared as an attacker. So let's just move to combat. It was smart of them to wait until combat to do this. Alright. I think that was the wrong choice. Alright. Because now they all have menace. I think they'll realize that very quickly. But I think I'm going to have trouble getting past this 4/4. I think when they realize it next turn, I'm in a lot of trouble. Wait. Untap all attacking creatures. I just realized that was an option. So we got green, white, red, black, blue. We got 2 green. Nope. Blue, black, red, white, green. All right. Yeah, I don't know if that kills them, but it definitely probably closes out the game next turn. So just realizing that was pretty big. All right, got another game. This is a pretty risky keep. It does do everything with 2 mana. Am I on the choose? I'm on the draw. I'm gonna keep this hand. It may be very, very wrong, but hopefully, if we get my opponent gets a fetch land, or I draw a land. Yep, there's a fetch land. Okay. I'm still not sure that that's the best thing in the world. Because my opponent could wait on the fetch land, or I only get one go with the fetch land. So I still want to draw a land myself. Okay. Or they could just kill my creature. That's another option as well. Alright, it's a tapped breeding pool, so looks like it's living through this turn at least. A braid pretty good against these decks that usually want to play a lot of artifacts. Farseek, okay. And maybe I can just get my commander out. Maybe if I draw a land, I can just get my commander out, and then that's... gonna make their deck feel a little slow. I don't know. These Maelstrom Wanderer decks are dangerous. If you give him even a couple of turns, like he's already at 3 mana. So we're gonna go for a commander. I think that's the right answer here. Just because it closes out the game more quickly than anything else that I've got in my hand. And now that I've drawn the second mana, I can play everything in my hand except for Tamiyo. Which, not being able to play Tamiyo isn't the biggest disappointment in the world. Alright, we got a Somber World Sage. Somber Wald. So that thing is going to die. I could let him block with it. I mean, I can't imagine. Oof. I really want to play this because it's so good. But I can't do that and play anything else. My opponent hasn't played another fetch land. They missed a land drop last turn, didn't they? They just played the Somber World Sage. So let's attack first. Give him a chance to block. I can't play this Bramblewood Paragon this turn. And I'm really sad about it. Either I let them block, they're not going to block. There's no way in the world they're going to block. Or, so, I got no 1-mana spells, so I might as well pay 1 life instead of 2 for this Dismember. I probably should have attacked with the Deathrite Shaman. I don't know why I'm missing attacks. But if they don't have a land here, then it doesn't matter that I didn't play the Bramblewood Paragon. If they have an artifact, that's why I saved the Abrade. Because I didn't imagine there were many creatures that this was going to hit. You don't usually want to kill the Maelstrom Wanderer because they're usually just going to play it again the next turn. So they got to ponder. So they might hit their land drop here. Yep, there's land. Alright, still can't play 2 spells. Gotta kill that Abrade. So we'll attack. We can always yield to that, at least. And then, I don't know if my opponent's going to have any warriors, but you don't really want to always yes it. Alright, we can't play around a couple cards, but counter spells, that is. Abrade deals... Nope, not that Vode. Destroy target artifact. Alright. Alright, artifact down. So, done a pretty good job of disrupting my opponent so far. Kept their mana from doing anything significant. They're still at 4 mana, facing down a lot of damage next turn. And they have a Simic Signet. Alright, Ancient Tomb is fantastic. So let's take a bunch of damage to Collective Brutality. I could discard Tamiyo. No, I don't think... Well, I could do 2 more damage with Tamiyo. It's either that or I draw cards with her. Yeah, we'll wait. We're just going to dress them. Clear the way for the Bramblewood Paragon. Alright, they decided to pack it in on that. I don't know what they had in their hand. But, yeah. Obviously, we're doing alright. Maybe they had Annex or something like that. No, Annex is an enchantment. Yeah, I don't know what they had in their hand. But they were facing down probably lethal this turn with the Bramblewood Paragon. I don't feel like doing the math. Alright, so that last one was a match, actually. So, still against Maelstrom Wanderer. They're on the play this turn. They were last time, too, as well. Interested to see what happens when they... Yeah, I think they got a little bit mana screwed. I mean, we definitely assaulted their mana as much as we could and found ways to rob them of time. The question is, do I... Yeah, I've got 4 land. I'm cracking this land before Gataxian probing. So we want Bayou. Because there's no stomping ground. So Bayou is... Nope, not Bayou. Where is... Taiga. There we go. We want Taiga. Let's probe them. So we got Bloodbraid, Chaos Warp, Rashmi. Wow. Explore, and a couple lands, including a Boiler Works. So I would love to hit... Oh man, I still hit another land. So likely going to explore into Boiler Works next turn. So I'd really like to hit a Wasteland. There's only one in the deck. Yep, there's Explorer. So we've seen the Explorer. Seen the Boiler Works. Seen the Reflecting Pool. Alright. Although Reflecting Pool is going back into their hand. Likely that Najeela is getting killed next turn. God, more lands. That is not what I wanted. Alright, so we'll go white-black here. Do we have white-black? Scrubland, yep. Deck really makes you remember the names of all those dual lands. Might hit something good with his Chaos Warp. I can replay Najeela. I don't want them to hit this Shared Animosity. It's probably one of the better cards in the deck. They could Bloodbraid Elf instead and just hold it back to Bach. It's actually pretty good. Alright, Chaos Warping. Okay, we hit Soul Ring. Alright, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. So we've seen the Chaos Warp. Alright, so Leovold is a good card, but I don't know if that's what I want right now. I can Leovold and Stoneforge. Yeah, I like that a lot. Blue, black, green, Leovold. And I'm going Feast or Famine. I think Feast or Famine goes infinite with Najeela. I just keep calling her Najeela. If you have the mana to activate over and over again. It's got to all be in lands as well. But this stops the Bloodbraid blocking plan. Because I can just activate Stoneforge and then equip it. Alright, Gruul Signet. I do not like seeing them getting this much mana. At least their mana was a little bit slow there for a minute, but now they're starting to really take off. And if they hit another mana ramp with Bloodwraith, which is likely, most of the, yeah, Farseek. Most of their cards under 4 mana are mana ramp. Alright, we can at least make him discard a card, and then I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we might be done for. Alright, so let's use all lands for this. And they can't block, so we untap all our lands. Not sure that's quite good enough. I could move it. Because I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to Najeela. And then move it over to block the Maelstrom Wanderer at least. We're still probably pretty close to dead. It's either that or Brainstorm, because, yeah. I'm going to move it. I probably want it there next turn anyways, so I can attack with Najeela with the Shared Animosity. It actually kills the Maelstrom Wanderer because it's a 5/4. Maybe they don't have a land? Alright, looks like they don't have a land. They've drawn Rashmi. I don't know how I knew they had an Inferno Titan in their hand. Maybe I missed something. But we've seen these cards. So Rashmi can't block either. They can't attack. Alright, Snapcaster gets back Gitaxian Probe, which is underwhelming. I can Brainstorm. Let's play the Shared Animosity. I think I have to order these properly. Oh, I did that the stupidest way possible. Oh man, that was bad. Okay. I should have at least tapped lands. I still don't have enough mana to go infinite with her, so I want the warrior before this thing. Cyclonic Rift the sword. Oh, that's pretty bad. Alright. Okay. Yep, I gotta draw a card. Might hit a counter spell. Or that. Okay. Yes. So let's just clear these blockers out of the way. Guess that makes the Inferno Titan hurt pretty bad. And then let's put back land, doesn't matter a lot. Whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target. I don't know if it triggers twice if you choose 2 different permanents or what. I'm not 100% sure. A tap land is really good to see. Oh, we know. I don't know where I saw these cards. So they haven't revealed anything from anything. Strange. Maybe they're not in their hand. Alright, they're just saying go. Can't assume they don't have any tricks here. I could attack twice for all of my mana. Or I could get the sword in play and equip it. If they have a trick, they probably have a trick. And there's not a lot I can do about that. I lose this as an attacker because I don't want to worry about a counter spell. I tapped my mana wrong again. I guess I'm going for all land mana anyways, so it doesn't leave any blue open no matter what. Oh, they're tapping mana. Beast Within, okay. Draw a card, yes. Put it on Leovold then. And then tap all our mana. I don't think this boosts anybody. Human Monk, Warrior, Elf Advisor, so no. Okay. Alright, they have to discard their last card in hand, which was the Simic Growth Chamber. Alright, so we don't know about any of their cards in hand. I can play Dark Confidant, or I could save the Snapcaster Mage for Fire Covenant and just blast anything they play, because they could flip something. Let's save the Snapcaster Mage. It's close, because I can play the Dark Confidant and put the sword on him. We got a message. Good game. All right. So beat Maelstrom Wanderer. I mean, they should have at least flipped the Maelstrom Wanderer, but then I guess they can't attack with it, actually. I didn't even consider that. It would be not good to attack with it at all. And then I can just get it out of the way, and then they're dead. It depends on what they flip. They could get an extra turn spell. I don't know. It seems like you should at least flip the Maelstrom Wanderer and see what happens. But, alright, we beat Maelstrom Wanderer twice. That's amazing. I got another game. I am on the play. Playing against the Scarab God. I have Chrome Mox Mana Crypt. Exile non-artifact, non-land card. So I could play a turn 1 Najeela and then a shared... I'm going to keep this hand. I have to discard the Llanowar Elves to do that. Technically, I can just play the turn 1 Najeela and hold the Chrome Mox. I don't really need it, do I? Why'd you close the commander window? Fast mana, man. Not even close to fair. So the triggers with Sheer Animosity are weird. So Fatal Push does kill her. Mana Vault. Okay. Because Shared Animosity only triggers on the ones that are already in play when you declare attackers. The new ones don't count. Alright, Wild Mikado is a warrior. So let's play the wrong mana. That's a good idea. But it does give Najeela a boost this turn, and it gives the other warrior a boost next turn. So I want the Shared Animosity first. Yes. Okay. I'm going to throw away the... I'm not going to make another mistake because I made a first mistake. I'm just going to play the Wild Mikado, throwing away the Llanowar Elves. A little bit weak to Wrath, but then we still have a ton of mana, and we can just replay Najeela next turn. And we haven't given our opponent many turns to draw anything, and it does tap down their mana vault. Alright, there's the Scarab God. That's another thing I didn't really consider. That thing is wicked strong. Don't really have a way to get it out of the way. I'd really like the Menace one right now. Collective Brutality. -2, -2. Target opponent reveals a card. So -2, -2 doesn't quite do it because it still kills Najeela. I think we gotta go for it. I think we just attack. Najeela does kill the Scarab God. Alright, so we want Shared Animosity triggers last. Or put them on the stack first, resolve last. Yes. Let's always yield to this. But not always yes. Yes. Always yield. I mean, they can't... This is a lot of damage. Yeah. Alright. As predicted. I'm not sure how many turns they can afford to just keep replaying Scarab God. It gets really nasty for him next turn. Do I hold the land? I might need to play Najeela again. I don't like playing the land, but I don't like discarding it either. If they had a Wrath, they probably would have played it last turn. They're at 7 life. And, oh yeah, and they tapped the Mana Vault. I forgot entirely about that, yeah. Wow, that was huge. Alright, so that one was also a match. So we got another game, and they're on the play this time. We have Chrome Mox again. I don't know what I want to get rid of here. These are all like great cards. Alright, well they hit our Chrome Mox. Yeah. It didn't take them longer than a second or two to... Oh yeah, Chrome Mox, get rid of that thing. Alright, so I guess... I don't really want to get a blue land with his Marsh Flats. So I'm not going to play it. The filtering effect is pretty small. Pithing Needle. Hit. Artifact or creature. That's 3 mana to kill a Scarab God. And a land, which we can put last. And then we can shuffle it away later. And Pithing Needle. We can actually shuffle that away if we don't. I want the hit. We don't want to shuffle. Oh, I can't shuffle away the, okay, the Pithing Needle. There might be something. that I want a Pithing Needle. So we can get white-red here, and then play the Haste Warrior, I think, is the correct play here. Shuffle away that extra land. Alright, 2-2 Haster for 2. Gets much better next turn when I play Najeela. Alright, we got an Evoked Muldrifter. I want it down to 2 cards. Did they mulligan? I don't know, chose 5 cards? Yeah, they mulligan to 5. Alright. This deck can really pressure an opponent. Maybe I should have kept the land around. Ugh, City of Brass. It's the worst on Magic Online. I know I've complained about it before. And I'll probably complain about it again. Yes, I should always yield to that. Yes. That's a lot of damage. And it gets much worse next turn. I've got a spell that clears away a single creature. Bloodchin Ranger only works when it attacks itself. Brainstorm, okay. Alright, they are field ruining me, which is smart. I actually have 1 forest. That's it. I'm not sure why they hit the plateau instead of the City Brass. The damage to me is going to be irrelevant. Whenever it attacks, hit, Pithing Needle. Do I play into a Wrath? I don't know if I have much of a choice. Yeah, I'm already always yielding to that. They have to have it. So, this is an instant. I'm going to play the Deathrite and the Watergrave untapped. I don't even think the Scarab God... Yeah, Scarab God doesn't get you out of this. And no Wrath. Alright, got another game. I am on the draw. This is a very keepable hand. Playing against Zurgo Bellstriker. Ooh. Didn't realize how much damage I was going to be doing to myself. I guess it's not that bad, actually. One mana of the exiled color. I don't have red mana. I don't have black mana. I just saw a Chrome Mox and I was like, this is a good hand. I'm just going to play the elf. I can Chrome Mox the elf, play an elf, keep Spell Pierce up. I'm not sure how much that does. Damn it. Yeah. Does a lot, actually. I guess I could still cast my commander next turn. I don't know if I'm the beatdown, though. I can draw a red. Alright, so... I don't love discarding a lightning bolt to play my commander. I could play the elves, keep up spell pierce, tainted pact for I don't know what, fiery covenant at some point. All right, I'm doing that. It's defensive. All right, they still get the prowess. I'm not blocking. I need the mana. All right. Tamio gets me 3 different colors mana, but none of them are red. Discarding the lightning bolt gets me red mana to play my commander. Aura shards doesn't really do anything. We can tainted pack now, but I need more mana. I'm just... This is partially my own fault because I didn't look at the colors of mana. And you need to do that with this deck. Alright, I'm not blocking with this thing. I still need it for black mana. I could potentially block with Najeela. I don't think it's likely it lives. Alright, I got in my 1 damage. Alright, they're attacking. Do I block? No. No, I don't want them to... I'm not going to block. Don't know how right it is. I can block later. Oof. That's not fun. Command tower. It's tainted pact. I don't know if I want to dig through my whole deck to get Fire Covenant. It's pretty dangerous. I don't know if there's anything else. Culligan's Command, Tears of Rage. We'll see what we hit, actually. We'll just run through it and see if anything sounds interesting. They comment? No. Oh, they yielded to the Eidolon, but not to the Tainted Pact. Okay. Alright, Noble Hierarch is not the answer. Preordain is not the answer. Skull Clamp, no. Stoneforge is good, but it's too slow. Watery Grave. Collective Brutality. I maybe could have kept that. Palace Jailer, too slow. Mana Crypt, no. Misty Rainforest. Soul Ring. Beastmaster's Ascension. Days. Tears of Rage. What does that thing do anyways? The card is crazy. Where did it go? There it is. Tears of Rage. X. Okay, it's an all-in card. So no. Cure the Waste. No. Sword of Feast and Famine. Man, it's good, but no. Hit and Run. No. Deck Faden. Shauna is pretty good, but no. This card could be at the bottom of my deck too. Wasteland. Jit. Jit's good. Dismember does way too much damage to me, as does Noble Hierarch, Brainstorm, Rushblade, Commander. I don't even know what that thing is. Okay, that's the Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta. Let me just jump forward. Alright, I drew most of my deck. Taking a ton of damage here. Fiery Covenant for 6. Let's see if that's good enough. Got very few cards left in my library to, got 14 left. Alright, looks like it's resolving. That might be good enough. Tamiyo actually taps down the Zurgo on the way back down. Yeah, definitely want this ability. Their mana's a little constrained. So, I don't know. They could just have 8 damage in their hand. Or they could dash Zurgo a bunch of times. Earthshaker Kendra. Alright. 2 damage for 2 mana is suboptimal. Nope. Definitely not. And that just enters the battlefield. Alright, so I hit Trinket Mage. My opponent asked in chat where their warrior was. I said it's a May ability, and I said no. So I'm going to leave the Elves of Deep Shadow back as a blocker. So I can technically activate Najeela. But I think that's better for next turn. Because it taps down my Elves of Deep Shadow. It does 1 damage to me. I don't get to play the Tamiyo. I might be able to close out the game next turn with that ability. Whereas this turn, it's just not good enough. It does, what, like, I don't know, it does more damage, but... Alright, and I'm going to play this post-combat Tamiyo. I can't tap a land permanent, unfortunately. But I can tap down the Earthshaker Kendra. I can leave up another blocker. And then hopefully, if I'm still alive, I kill them next turn. And if I can still pay a life for the Elves of the Deep Shadow. Alright, we got a Shard Volley. That's not a good sign. So they sacrificed land for it at least. They can dash Zurgo. That doesn't do it. They need a damage spell. I don't think a creature will do it. And I think they're... Although, if I lose my Elves of the Deep Shadow, I might be dead as well. I might not be able to kill them next turn. Alright. I tried. I don't know if the Fire Covenant was right or not. I don't know if there was another way I was going to win. That was very, very close. My opponent actually slow played that. I paused the recording. They waited about a minute and a half to play that Skullcrack. That's not very nice. But it was a fun game. Alright, I got another game. I am on the draw against Azusa. Yep, I'm on the draw. hand is pretty slow. But I think Mana Tithe is pretty good. Let's find out. Oof. Oh, that's... Oh my god. Mana Tithe is not looking so good. Don't draw a land. Culligan's Command. Alright, it's going to be many turns late. But maybe Mana Tithe will get me out of this. Probably not. That's a lot of mana. Alright, they have an Explore. Not going to Mana Tithe that. Maybe Mana Tithing something that keeps the Mana Vault tapped. So, Tundra? Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Giving them a full fist doesn't seem like it's a good strategy. Alright, another land. Not great. Let's go Bayou. Got all our colors pretty easily. And then just play the Voice of Resurgent. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it's there. Opponent decided to untap the Mana Vault, so I think it's time to Culligan's Command that boy. There's few things in the world more satisfying than an opponent using all their mana to untap a Mana Vault and then destroying it the following turn. So that's free, isn't it? So Wild Growth, the Tundra. Nope, nope, no, it's not free because I don't have the mana required to use it. No, not free at all. We can get Taiga though and use it next turn for free. Taiga's, yep. And discard a card. Discard a card, destroy target artifacts. That is satisfying. And then get in with the Voice of Resurgence. So, at this point, I'm just hoping my opponent doesn't draw anything. Because it's clear, either they don't have anything in their hand, or their hand is so expensive they can't cast it. Oh, jeez. Wow. Hitting all the mana rocks. Is that a prime time? I don't think I can beat a prime time. An acidic slime. Okay. That's beatable. And it's before we played our Wild Growth, so that's nice. A Braid. Alright, let's attack first. I want to play my commander, but I think it's correct to get rid of these mana rocks. Alright, so destroy target artifact. Let's hit the Soul Ring. Yeah. At least we're drawing all the answers. I got 2 cards in hand. So do I. Oh, geez. Alright, so they drew an Eldritch Evolution. I don't have any counter spells or anything for that. So now it's a prime time. I think it's pretty over at this point. There's an off chance I could beat a prime time. It seems low. They went and got a wasteland, so my mana's going away next turn. Alright, so let's Water Grave, untapped, red, green, white, another green, so white, green. And then my commander. All I can do, if they attack with the Primeval Titan, maybe I can race it. It seems absurd. But Najeela is good. I don't know if it's good enough to race a Primeval Titan. Let's leave the Voice of Resurgence back. Maybe we chump with it, maybe we don't. Hard to say. As predicted, the plateau is gone. I don't think I chump block just yet. Alright, so they're going to get more lands, and they've got 6 mana available right now. Shauna gets much bigger, doesn't she? Like, add 2 warriors and she becomes a 5/5? Alright, they got a Temple of the False God for the mana, and a Kalini Garden for the plant token. It's going to be hard to race all this mana. If they've got a big Eldrazi in their hand, I'm super dead. And what do we got here? We got a Fierce Empath. Oh my god. Opponent is drawn really, really well. I kept a slow hand, hoping that the Mana Tithe would do more than it did. It did hit the Memory Jar, but if they had had a bunch of lands instead of all these mana rocks, then I might have been able to counter Azusa on the way down. What do they get? Ulamog. Alright, well, we see what we draw, but as soon as Ulamog comes down, I am very, very dead. Alright. Now it's a cast trigger too, so like I can't even get a counter spell to deal with it. Shauna can't be targeted by it, so that's good. I don't know what I can Tainted Pact for. It's got to be darn good. Is there anything that gets Ulamog out of the way? Hitting Needle. Not really. I could daze it or daze it. I don't think I have any hard counters. Abrupt Decay doesn't kill it. Dismember doesn't kill it. Fire Covenant, technically, it has Indestructible. Are they tapping all their mana for it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess I'm Tainted Pacting for a daze, huh? And then I'm losing Najeela and the Voice of Resurgence. And a land? Jeez. Alright, not the Voice of Resurgence. And I get to pick up the land. So I'm going to skip ahead to when I find the days. I'm going to have to go to the bottom of my deck if I have to, and then I'll just lose. But I can't think of anything else that gets me out of this. It's actually the third card. Cast by returning an island you control. Convenient that they picked an island. I'm still very, very, very far behind. But my opponent's at 14. I'm at 19. They decide not to attack. My commander is a long way from being cast. Let's play the Elves of the Deep Shadow. So maybe another mana and I can cast it. Might actually be at a stalemate here. We'll see. Opponent's just one good top deck away. The top of their deck is a lot better than the top of my deck. Especially with all this mana. Oh my god. Alright. The top deck of Kozilek. I mean, the deck's designed to do this. It's not at all surprising. I was just hoping I could get off on a faster foot. But they had so much fast artifact mana. And it took me a few extra turns to kill it. And they've gone after my mana, which the deck is designed to do. Annihilator 4 kills me. There's no world in which I can survive Annihilator 4. Alright. We'll just give him the GG. I'm not going to go through the painful process of trying to pick which 4 permanents to get rid of. Alright, got another game. I am on the play. No idea how many games I've played. Child of Alara. Keeping this fast mana in hand. It's all green though. I'm going to have to rely on my opponent's mana a bit. Let's see what they got in their hand. Alright, we got a Reclamation Sage, which we have no targets for right now. Olivia Veldarin, which is very, very threatening. Acidic Slime, and a Wolfwall Primus, which is very, very slow. And then we got a Marshflats and a Mountain and a Plains. So that might get us the mana we need. That certainly helps as well. What do I lead off with? I guess a Pilgrim doesn't do damage to me. And the Plateau gets me my commander next turn. Alright, they play a land that gives me the 2 colors I already have. And apparently they just drew that as well. So Demonic Tutor, very, very good. Not sure what we'd get here. Obviously nothing this turn. This turn, we're starting the Najeela train. Alright, opponent plays a mountain, says go. We draw a Badlands. We can secure the waste for 3, which is actually pretty good. I don't think they have any. They're still another turn away from the Olivia Veldarin. So pounding at him with a whole bunch of warrior tokens seems pretty good. Alright, they put a fetch land in the graveyard for my Death Right. Not sure that's going to come to matter. They get a Sunken Hollow, another tapped land. The Reclamation Sage doesn't do anything, so they probably don't really have any plays right now. So 3 seems good enough, especially since it doubles every turn. That's pretty good as well. Let's attack with all creatures. Yeah. Always yield. Man, Najeela does a ton of damage. Very, very quickly. Secure the Waste definitely helps. Opponent's at 12. So, I don't see a strong reason to play anything here. We can't kill the Olivia Valdarin, but we can get an answer to kill her with the demonic tutor. I think my opponent is dead, even if, because I get 9 more tokens when these 9 warriors attack. It's insane. Yeah, well, there's Olivia. So, like, I don't even need to do anything. Is it correct to? Oh, geez. Okay. Well, this is win more, but... I don't think there's any 0 mana spells or anything like that. Yes. Yes. Wow, that's amazingly good. Now they're all 2/2s. This is so much damage. So, Olivia Valdarin just too slow. Off the turn 2 Najeela. Hey, I mean, you're at 12 life. Now you're in negative 18. Alright. Alright, I know I'm over games, but I got another one. I'm having a good time. These games have been pretty short. We got an answer. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm on the draw against Jhoira, Weatherlight Captain. One that whenever you cast a historic spell, you draw a card. You got Mirror Retriever. Okay, so looks like an artifact build. That's interesting. Do I lead with my best mana creature or my worst one? Let's go red-green. I mean, everything in my hand is... Yeah, no. I'm going with the Noble Hierarch. It actually pumps the solo Najeela attack. By 1 at least. It's not a ton. I can wasteland the Ancient Tomb, but I don't think I want to do that. Enter this battlefield, you may exile a non-land card. Wow, okay. So, the artifacts and creatures? They're off to the races. I don't think turn 1 wastelanding is correct there. Alright, I took a damage from the Mirror Retriever and I passed the turn. I mean, wasteland's good, but I think with Najeela into Bramblewood Paragon and then wastelanding is better. So let's do that. Hope she lives. She might not live. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. We can also bolt Bramblewood Paragon Wasteland. So if they play Jhoira... Alright, there's a Chrome Mox. Exiling Duretti. And playing Jhoira. And Urza's Bauble. So it looks like the historic they're going for is artifacts. We'll look at a card at random in target player's hand. And it's Randonimo. Oh, geez, okay. That's a thing. They're just going to play their whole hand, aren't they? And they're going to draw more cards? Alright, so Wasteland not looking so good anymore. Maybe I should have Wastelanded? It just did not feel right to wait on my commander. At least it doesn't look like we really need to worry about counter spells. And killing Jhoira. So blue or green? Can I leave mana up for anything? I can't. I can't leave mana tied up, can I? Or can I? Use... Green, white, lightning bolt, leave up mana tithe. Not sure it does anything. Throw off their card draw at least a little bit. It also can block Najeela. Alright. Doesn't benefit me to attack with the Wild Nikado. Alright. What did they look at? They saw mana tithe. Shoot. Unless they're mana abilities, so can't hit all these mana rocks. Alright, they get the bauble back. I can hit Urza's bauble. Whatever. I don't think Mana Tithe is going to do anything. And my opponent knows about it. Alright, we got her familiar. Jhoira's familiar, that is. Historic spells you spell. Cost 1 less to cast. This deck can really go off, can't it? So Jhoira still costs 2 mana. And then they got the bauble. And an Ornithopter. Alright. And it looks like they're passing the turn. Not quite there on the... Alright, well, I'm attacking. I can replay my commander. Not attacking with the Paragon. So always yield to that. It's really stacking into a lot of damage. I failed to realize that the familiar can block. Oh, because I should have maybe attacked with, not attacked with the, I guess it still doesn't matter. So that's yes. Replay our commander. And say go. And she enters with an extra counter on her. Alright, they revealed the same card at least. Got Fabricate, that can't be good. I'm imagining a Paradox Engine and then I'm probably dead. Alright, it's a Gilded Lotus. I don't know what they're doing with all this mana. Seems like Paradox Engine. I guess you have to have a combo or something. Otherwise it's not really worth it. It seems like they're more of a value engine kind of thing. There's a Trinket Mage. For a Mox Amber. Alright, and a Vidalcan Archmage. Whenever they cast an artifact, draw a card. Draw more cards. Definitely looking to get some value. Alright, we got Psy, which makes little 1/1 colors stop your artifact creatures. That's not good. Alright, there's a Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, I think my opponent is just outvaluing me pretty hard right now. I guess these things all have trample. That's something at least. But if they can get enough to just block Najeela, it's not good for me. Alright, an Archive. And I think they're out of mana now. Nope, they got a Soul Ring. Jeez, okay. Well. Alright, I'm just going to pack it in. Opponent is just monologuing at this point. Not very exciting. Alright, so that was a match. So now I am on the play. Let's hope we can get off to a better start here this time. And that is a better start. I'm going to keep it. It's not... It's got some weirdness to it. But it's hard not to keep a turn 1 Najeela. And an Abrade is pretty darn good. And Fire Covenant is also pretty darn good. So, turn 1 Najeela can be pretty hard to beat. Alright, we got a Shield Spear. Shield Spear. Alright, that's heads I won the flip. Doesn't really matter that much. Land is less than opportune. So let's go ahead and get right in. They can block the 3/2, but alright, and it loses a counter. Or it gets a -0, -1 counter on it. It gains a counter, loses a toughness. Alright, we got a Sky Diamond. I think that's probably worth abrading. It's not one of the bigger ones, but anything to slow him down. And I guess, well, Water Grave isn't really what I want. Underground Tomb? Underground Tomb is fine. Nope. Okay. Alright, I lost the flip. Oh, jeez. Alright, yeah, I'm going for it. I really wanted to put colored mana. I guess I could have put the Gemstone Mine into play instead. I guess I put it on the warrior token. They're not red or you know, like, they're not green or black. So I'm just looking to get as many threatening targets. These things get the shield out of the way pretty quickly. Yeah. Alright. I could maybe move it next turn. Maybe it would have been right this turn. I'm not sure I thought it through all the way. Alright, we got a Foundry Inspector. I don't think I'm quite ready to Fire Covenant my opponent. I think I want, well, let's look at their hand. It could do a lot, actually. So we got Metamorph, Outcome. Outcome's pretty good. Memnite, Jeweled Amulet. They're at 24 life. I Fire Covenant. I untap all my mana. They get to keep Jhoira. I don't think I'm going to do it. Not this turn. Jhoira concerns me. Did I not auto yield to this? Always yield. Yes. Alright, and Deathrite Shaman gives me infinite combat steps next turn. Alright, so Deathrite Shaman. And if they play Jhoira, which I'm not sure they can. I mean, it's an onboard. Well, I guess it's not infinite combat step. Yeah, no, I don't have. It's not in the land. It gives me an extra combat step. Are they missing mana? All right. Mana Crypt. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they're missing mana. All right. I'd like to activate the ability, but I auto-yielded to this, so they're already on the stack. Can I do it? No, I can't, can I? I miscounted. Oh well. It's still a ton of damage. Yeah, they can't afford to not block. They're at 3 life. So if they play Jhoira, then they can play an artifact, and then I can kill her. Because these are all... I guess they can... Paradox... No, they won't... They won't... Shouldn't have enough mana. Yeah, okay. They missed their mana crypt flip. Alright, and we got game 3. I'm on the draw this time. My hand was obviously ridiculous last game. This one's pretty good. So... Alright, nothing special from my opponent. I never even had to show him the Fire Covenant. So I might be able to Demonic Tutor for it this turn. Or I could just Demonic Tutor for a Lightning Bolt if I have to. Opponent doesn't have any of the really cheap mana rocks yet. Alright, I spoke too soon. Alright, we got a Monolith. Do I Culligan's Command? It's pretty good here. I think so. My opponent's got 4 cards in hand. We gotta get red. Oh, I can't Culligan's Command here. Alright. Can't do it. Means I also can't currently play the Demonic Tutor either. It's unfortunate. Alright, there's an Everflowing Chalice for 2. I got a blue left over. So a Worn Power... Oh, geez, man, that is... Alright, well, I'm wasting a Boiler Works, I'm pretty sure. Although these... The Jit and whatnot are the real deal. So maybe I don't. Let's get counters on this Jit. I think it's my best play. Deck's very dependent on Jhoira. So, if I can kill her, once the counters are on this, opponent can't profitably block. Or I can pump it. And then, once it gets more counters, it can just kill Jhoira. Might be a turn late. Let's hope not. It's a lot of mana they just played. Alright, and there she is. Not surprising. A Memnite. Probably some more mana rocks. Goblin Welder. Well, that's not going to survive. Can I get some black mana? Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so I do think I lead with the Mimic. Obviously choosing Warrior here. I tapped red mana. I don't know what I was thinking. Culligan's Command might have been my out if my opponent has a trick. Alright, no reason not to attack with a Warrior. Just always yield. They can block. I don't think it's a good idea to block Jhoira on the Warrior. I don't think there's any profitable blocks because of this Jit. Alright, no blocks whatsoever. I really should have left a red mana open. Alright, so let's kill Jhoira. And I don't think I want to take... Well, I could leave a counter on and wait and see if... Because it's got to have an artifact in the graveyard in order for that to matter. So I can wait because the counter is better on the Jit. It makes their blocks bad. Alright, they don't have any cost reduction on Jhoira, so she costs 6 mana. Leaving them with 1, and they've only got 2 cards in hand. So, it might be good enough. Delta Forge Master. Alright, well I can't let them untap with that. Alright, let's draw a card. Alright. We drew a land as well. A red-blue land. Do I let them block with the Forge Master? Or do I just kill it? Let's just kill it. They've got a lot of mana, and I'd rather kill their mana rot, but they've also only got 1 card in hand. Alright, and that settles it. So, managed to go 2 out of 3 on that one. That was a very interesting match. This is a pretty interesting deck. Although some of the problem I can see is that sometimes you're just going to draw dumb artifacts that don't do anything. There's obviously some good things, and sometimes you're just going to draw mana, which, you know, is the same problem with other decks, like Maelstrom Wanderer and whatnot, but still a very interesting deck. It's kind of cool. So a lot of really short games there, and I think Najeela is actually pretty legit. She does a lot of damage very quickly, and I actually activated that ability at least once. And I might have activated it another time. I don't remember the specifics, but, you know, like, it's actually possible to activate that ability. And I'm pretty sure if you do have 5 mana, it's pretty hard to set up, but you can go infinite with Sword of Feast of Famine because it untaps those 5 lands, and then you can do it all over again and then just kill your opponent all in one turn. There's some tournament metagame stuff, like the Carpet of Flowers and the Pyroblast and the Elemental Blast, that maybe if you're just playing it in practice rooms or whatever, you might want to cut those and play something else. Obviously in tournaments, all the top decks are blue, so it's very, very good. Those cards are pretty good against, you know, the top decks in the format. But if you're just playing against any other old deck, there's a lot less blue going around. Not a lot less, but less. And there were a couple of times where those were dead cards in my hand, and I think that happens less in tournaments. But all in all, the synergies with the Warriors were very, very cool, and they ended up working out for me very well at several occasions. The Tainted Pact was fun. Drawing most of my deck to get a Fiery Covenant. Fiery Covenant is always just, it's a stupid card. It just does so much for so little. I mean, the life matters, but not really. It's an instant. It cost only 3 mana, and it's just wraths. It's like a Plague Wind. It's crazy good. And then the mana curve was pretty nice. You know, you gotta with a little more experience, you might understand the mana base a little better. I didn't really look at what colors you want to prioritize or anything like that. It looks like it's a fairly even split, leaning towards blue-green and black. So, but yeah, a really interesting deck. I enjoyed it a lot. I was having a lot of fun with it. Some very fast games, some very decisive wins, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.